What's up, party people?
All right, we are live. We are live here on Facebook and not Instagram. We are live on Facebook and YouTube. Mikey, what's up, Michael the Hurricane? Say hello to the people.
What's up, party people?
Yes, sir. Who that, brother? Who that? You ready
Yeah.
for this year?
Yep, I'm ready to get that Super Bowl.
Get that Super Bowl, buddy.
Yep.
Okay, this is the first episode of our live podcast. You excited?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. If y'all jump on in, leave us a comment here, leave us a question. We will gladly answer these questions. We'll, if you know what I'm saying, Mikey,
Yeah.
leave us some feedback because we have a lot to talk about. We have a game tomorrow. You ready?
Yeah, man.
We have a game. Kansas City Chiefs at noon. So what are you looking for tomorrow, Mikey? What is you looking for?
Well, I'm looking for for mostly of our defense. And you know our offense can be when it's all healthy, right? But the defense, it was good last year, but the start of last season, the defense looked like trash. I'm not even gonna lie. I remember that Bengals game. Man, I wanted to run down onto the field and play defense myself. If only
Yeah,
I was
that
allowed.
that game set you off, Mikey. What was so troublesome in that game?
That Eli Apple was not scored on once, except for that run by Rashid Shaheed. But to be fair, that was the entire defense fault. I wanted a 1v1 touchdown on Eli Apple. That's the only reason I paid for them tickets. If only we played the
Eli
Dolphins.
Eli had a good game that day, huh?
Well, I mean, Traquan Smith mossed him.
There you go.
Imagine getting mossed by Traquan Smith. Uh, but all right. Now let's get to this defense, right? The guys I'm looking for, I'm gonna name them right now. Okay, Payne Turner, Colin Saunders, Brian Brees, Pete Werner, Jalen Smith if he's playing, Zach Bond, Bradley Roby, Alontae Taylor, maybe Jonathan Abram, and maybe Marcus Matt. The reason I named all those guys is because potential. I want to see what they look like on the field. And talent. I want to see how good they are in the preseason because if they're good in the preseason, that tells me what they could be in the regular season and if playoffs. Because if you tell me like during the preseason how you can be, I'm gonna be excited, man. Like because we all know that preseason games don't count to your record. Like you can lose the game 52-0. It ain't gonna matter at the end of the day, okay? So don't go crying if you get obliterated by 38 points. Alright, it ain't gonna matter. But yeah, those guys I'm expecting to have a big time, especially Peyton Turner and Brian Brees. Those are two first round picks that Peyton Turner has yet to, or he has been improving during training camp. But that's training camp. We want to see him in pads and ready to go against NFL competition. And B, Brian Brees, we have to see how he plays his rookie year, and then we have to see how he plays. So that's why I'm looking at the preseason game. It's all about that defense, especially Pat Mahomes plays. If we can get Pat Mahomes down to the ground, I'll be the happiest man in the world.
All right, you know what I'm looking for, Mikey?
Huh?
I'm looking for the Jake Hayner show, boy.
I
I'm
am too.
looking to see what he's got. I want him in the game. I want him to play. I want him to play a whole half of football because I want to see what I've been hearing is correct. Because he might be the future, Mikey. That's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing a lot of people
Yeah.
like him. He's got a good arm. He knows how to read the defense.
Yeah.
What do you know about Mr. Jake Hayner?
Well, yeah. Like I watched some of his tape. Right. I even posted a video on what I thought. Like I think a couple weeks ago, but Jake Hayner, I feel like people have been comparing to him to a mini Drew Brees. I'm not all about that comparing stuff because if he throws one bad pass, then y'all are gonna write him off. Like I'm not about that, right? Because comparisons equals pressure, and I want him to suck due to pressure. All right, but I feel like y'all do got a point there because Jake Hayner, he's not like the Zach Wilson where he's rushed to make a play. Jake Hayner, he sits back in the pocket, and if nothing develops, he either takes a sack or he does not, or he throws the ball away. He does not throw just like a Hail Mary and just pray like the Seahawks quarterback did a couple days ago and somehow scored a touchdown on it. But Jake Hayner, we gotta see because I don't expect him to be throwing the ball when he does get into the game because more likely he's gonna get into the game probably if Jameis Winston's also ready, probably after Carr and Winston. Then he comes into the game. We'll see how he does there. And also, I don't expect Jake Hayner to be throwing it to guys like Michael Thomas or Chris Olave. They're probably going to be out the game at that point. But whoever you're throwing the ball to, whether it's Shaheed or whatever, just make some plays and have fun. That's what football is about.
Yes, sir. I'm also looking for this first team to play, about 1 or 2 good series and get off the field healthy.
Yeah.
We don't need any injuries, not in the first game of the preseason.
Yeah.
Can happen.
Like Trevor Penning is still struggling.
Is he? He's not listed
Trevor Penning is still struggling with injuries after the last preseason. So hopefully that's not happening again.
Andrews Pete is questionable. I mean, he doesn't have to play. He has to get healthy.
ISP won't play anymore. ISP will probably play a total of 2 games and get hurt.
Yeah.
He's going to be out for 8 games, play another game, get hurt.
He's getting pushed by James Hurst now. So he might not even end up being the starting left guard this year. But we'll see. We'll see how it is. And another thing I'm looking forward to see is the secondary, Mikey. What's going on with the secondary? Got some young players in there trying to make the team.
Yeah, hold on. Let me pull up the Saints secondary. Yeah, Saints secondary. Yeah.
We have some locks at cornerback. We got Adebo. We got Marshawn Lattimore.
Yeah.
Alontae Taylor right in there. That's our 3-headed monster there.
Yeah, so for the Saints secondary, these are the guys that stand out to me from what I'm reading, right? Paulson Adebo, Isaac Yiadom, Troy Pride, Alontae Taylor, Marcus May, Abram, JT Gray, Tyrann Mathieu, Lonnie Johnson. Basically everybody on our secondary is pretty good, right? But I'm ready to see some Smoke Monday action, baby! One of the hardest hitting safeties in college football 2 seasons ago. Man, and honestly, he would have played last year if it wasn't for injury like halfway until the season started, right? Man, him added to this defense is going to make a whole lot of differences. He's going to probably get our offense the ball with short field due to his hard-hitting ability, And also Smoke Monday, JT Gray and Mason special teamer. We already know what Tyrann Mathieu is going to be. He's going to be that hard-hitting honey badger. Just like how they call me the Hurricane, they call this dude a honey badger for simple reasons. And then Marcus May, we're going to see how he does, if he even plays. Adebo and Taylor are still fighting for that CB2 and 3 spot. I think it might go to Adebo for like what he did his rookie year and what Taylor did in their rookie year. But we'll see. And I feel like we have probably one of the best secondaries in football. We're going to see how it does together.
Yes, sir. Some questions at linebacker. Our starting unit right now seems to be Demario Davis, Pete Warner, and Zach Bond. That Zach Bond position scares me. He's been often injured in his career, and he's been more of a special teams guy. So I'm worried about that. I know they tried to bring in a couple linebackers, take a look, try to sign them, but it hasn't worked out yet. I think they're still trying to upgrade that position. What do you think?
Yeah, obviously we looked at. Yeah, obviously we looked at Anthony Barr. He still hasn't made a decision. Yannick Ngakoue went to the trash Bears. Um, yeah, I'm hoping for the best. Like, I won't be surprised if Zach Bond takes the Pete Werner leap. Like a lot of Saints fans were questionable about Pete Werner, a bit. But then he obviously had that amazing season where he's not missing any tackles. Um, I'm hoping Zach Bond can take that leap, and we can see how he does. But DeMarco Jackson is pretty good, so I think when he comes in, he's gonna make some plays. But we'll see. Pete Werner, I feel like is definitely a lock for that linebacker, and we already know what Demario Davis is gonna be. Zach Bond is our only question, but hey, we'll see, man. We'll see.
Zach Bond drafted in the 3rd round in 2020, and he's yet to make an impact. Last year had 11 tackles. I mean, he was injured most of the year.
Who hasn't been on the team?
Well, we'll see what Mr. Zach Bond's got. 6'3", 225, 26 years old. He's still got time. Still got time, Zach. Come on. Get it together now, buddy. So what else we got? What we got behind him? Not too much. Bunch of cats. I really don't know. I really haven't heard too much of. If I can get this computer to work, I can't even go back. Look at me. All right, there we go. So anyway, what else you looking for, Mikey? What about Mr. A.T. Perry? You heard anything about how he's doing in camp?
Yeah, hold on. All right, let me pull him up real quick. All right, so my boy A.T. Perry, he was drafted in the 6th round. We basically traded Adam Troutman for A.T. Perry, which I feel like is a win-win trade, even if A.T. Perry doesn't pan out. But yeah, A.T. Perry, I don't know how he fell to round 6. He was a 3rd round projection. Like last time I checked, the man still has hands and he's still alive. I don't know how he went into round 6, but it says Saints plays. So A.T. Perry was on. So that was 3 weeks ago, where apparently he was on like the non-pupil or whatever the called injury list. But it looks like he's good to go now. We took him out of Wake Forest or wherever he went. A.T. Perry, he looked good at the combine, and he's been looking good through camp. Well, so yeah, obviously there's still some questions whether or not he can produce as a 6th round pick. But hey, we signed Rashid Shaheed as an undrafted free agent, and it's working out pretty good for us. So who knows? Maybe something.
A.T. Perry's a monster. 6'5", 205, big target. Might be a good red zone.
Yeah.
Red zone target, along with Jimmy Graham. Got some tall boys in there, Mikey. Throw it up, big boy. Throw it up.
Yeah. Like I can't wait. Remember that one year, Jameis Winston's first year starting. Obviously, he got hurt, but I remember this game against Washington, right? Where it was coming to the end of the half. It was 13-13. The Commanders looked like they were getting the best of us. The Commanders were beating us pretty badly. Even though the game was tied, the Commanders were executing, right? But then this play changed the game where Jameis Winston lobbed the thing deep down the field, and Marquez Callaway came away with the touchdown off the Hail Mary. He's our new Marquez Callaway. A.T. Perry is going to do a lot of that. Man, as soon as A.T. Perry,
Marquez Callaway, right?
Yeah, and I know Marquez Callaway isn't really that tall like A.T. Perry is. If anything, that gives me more hype for A.T. Perry, knowing that he's 6'5" or whatever, and he can make those grabs. Like the man was making one-handed catches in his sleep, bro. Man, I can't wait for this dude to perform.
Chris Olave, our #1 receiver last year. Hopefully he's #2 this year. Hopefully Michael Thomas comes back strong. Chris Olave, 72 receptions last year, over 1,000 yards, 4 touches. You got to get more than that, Chris. 14.5 yard average. I'm expecting big things from Mr. Chris Olave.
Yeah. And
Michael
last
Thomas
year,
coming back strong.
yeah, and
Go ahead.
last year people were saying how Jalen Ramsey is the best cornerback in football. And the guy I'm in a beef with, he said, what will happen if Chris Olave went face to face with a Trevon Diggs or a Jalen Ramsey? Should I remind you what happened to Jalen Ramsey when he went toe to toe with Chris Olave? Should I remind you? I'm gonna play the clip right now. It was not something special
Oh, son.
for Ramsey. Yeah. Should I remind you what happened to Ramsey? That man got burnt
Like
into
so.
French toast and then ate. Chris Olave destroyed that man.
He cooked them, then ate them, then spit them out and said it was too salty.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. What about Mr.
And
Kendrick
I
Miller,
can't wait
running
for him to
back,
go against
y'all?
Trayvon Diggs.
The running back, y'all.
The running back,
Kendrick
yep.
Miller.
Woo.
TCU trot up.
Yep.
Think he's gonna hold down the fort for Kamara while he's on his little suspension, on his little vacation. You know, he might go to the Bahamas. You know, watch the games from there.
Yeah.
Must be nice.
Yeah,
But anyway,
Kendrick
so
Miller.
we're gonna hold down Kendrick Miller and Jamal Williams.
Yeah. Jamal Williams, too.
Jamal Williams.
Man, 17 touchdowns.
How many touchdowns is he gonna get this year, Mikey?
I don't really know.
If he get 10 to 15, I'd be all right with that.
I mean,
10 to 15
we don't know yet because Kamara's going to come back eventually. And also, if we do sign Kareem Hunt, then we're just going to have the best backfield in football. You know you have the best backfield in football if Jamal Williams is your third best running back. You know you have the best backfield in football.
Sounds like a pretty good backfield, Mikey. Pretty good running back run, actually.
Yep.
But let me ask you about this whole preseason thing. Do you like preseason football, Mikey?
I actually do. Like, obviously, I haven't been able to watch it due to my cable thing, but I actually do, and here's why. All right, the games are kind of more intense for some of these players because they're trying to make a roster. Obviously, it ain't going to be like high scoring, like 30 to 28 or whatever. But some games, the guys want to make a roster spot, so they're going to play their heart out. For example, Christian Gonzalez, obviously he's going to make the team. But I watched because I was having to watch highlights due to my stupid TV. But the Patriots played, I think it was, who did they play? The Texans, right? I don't know if it was Davis Mills or C.J. Stroud, but whoever it was threw a good pass, and the receiver caught it, and Chris Olave punched it out. That's kind of football I like. And we had Brian Branch humiliate somebody, and George Pickens caught the ball, spun the defender around, and spun him around again, and scored a touchdown. So preseason football is entertaining. Some people think it doesn't really matter. I think the complete opposite. Obviously, it doesn't matter for your record or if you win or lose, but it matters to see who's good on your team and who's a scrub that are going to go cry in the middle of the street.
Yeah, you might have a few of them do that, Mikey. I mean, not everybody's cut out for this. You know, not everybody plays big boy football. You know, it makes, you know, the weaklings go what? Cry in the middle of the street. You know what I mean? Like, my God, I can't play.
The Panthers got shut out by the Jets, 27-0. I don't care if it's preseason. If you lose to the Jets 27-0, you know that there's something wrong with you.
Yes, sir.
Was Bryce Young even playing?
He played. I don't know. I can tell you right now. Hold up. Oh, yeah. Oh my.
Bryce Young threw 6 passes. Bryce Young threw 6 passes. Damn. Panthers, if y'all play like this in regular season, y'all are cooked. I mean, y'all are already cooked, but you're gonna be cooked even more. You're gonna be cooked from bacon to grilled cheese.
Yes, sir. Bryce Young went 4 of 6, 21 yards. Got sacked one time for a 9-yard loss, and he got hit like 2 or 3 more times, and his little self did get up, but I'm sure it hurt.
Yeah, I know the Cardinals had an amazing miracle, where David Blau threw that amazing touchdown to the receiver with 2 seconds left to make a 1-point game. And then they went for 2 to win the game. Because if y'all don't know, there is no more overtime in NFL preseason. There used to be overtime in the NFL preseason, but now if both teams are tied by the end of the preseason, the game is essentially over and you tie. So they just went for the win, and they got it. So that was amazing. Like, even though I haven't watched too many games, I've seen highlights, And also Anthony Richardson played pretty terrible his first game against Buffalo, but CJ Stroud did too. And, well, CJ Stroud didn't really play terrible, but he could have played better.
Jacksonville's beating Dallas right now.
Yeah.
The scoreboard a little bit, Mikey. Let's see.
Yeah.
Cowboys.
Yeah, and I don't know how the Seahawks pulled off that touchdown against Minnesota where the receiver literally pulled that defender and not get called for a penalty. Dolphins, how did y'all lose to the Falcons 19-3? I don't care if it's preseason. Y'all should not be losing to the Falcons. Even in preseason. Packers put up 36 against the Bengals.
What was that, Miami?
I know the Lions had a crazy punt return touchdown. That was crazy. Commanders pulled off a win. DJ Moore did his little thing against Tennessee. Bears, enjoy y'all time in the sun, because when we play you week 9, it's going to be a bloodbath.
Yeah, so Falcons, Miami, 19-3. Looks like most of the starters didn't play because some dude named Logan Woodside was the quarterback for Atlanta. The only guy in the scoring column, so he played the whole game. On the other side, Skylar Thompson played.
Dad.
So starters didn't play there either. What's that?
You know what's funny? So, a guy who criticized me for making a video, basically defending myself, is also the same guy who made a video on me, basically saying that even though he didn't like when I did that. Yeah.
I didn't hear that last one. You didn't like what?
He didn't like that I made a video defending myself, but yeah, he made a video defending himself. That's just crazy.
Well, people are crazy, Mikey. People are crazy.
Yep.
So what about our return game? Rashid Shaheed is the man, but who's behind him? Who else is going to fill that role if he gets hurt?
Well, I know we don't have Deontay Hardy anymore, but I feel like because my phone's about to die, so I'm using the charger right now, so I don't really have anything pulled up right now. But whoever is our backup returner, I hope just plays good at this point.
Yeah, you're right. So this is what we're going to do, Mikey. We are going to come back on live Monday, 7 o'clock. We're going to have a reaction show to the Saints versus Chiefs. We're going to break down quarter by quarter, player by player. We're going to go out over all the stats, and we're going to give the people the truth because we don't sugarcoat thing on this channel, my buddy. We're going to
I don't care if you're my favorite player. You suck, I'm going to tell you that you suck.
If you suck, we're going to say you suck. Don't get mad at me. I ain't dropped no ball. I ain't, So
I ain't punt the ball to the scoreboard that allowed Jamar Chase to win them the game.
All right, Mikey. Well, we're gonna sign off now. Who that to you?
Who that?
And go Saints.
Woo!